stage against Felipe too.
Yeah, and Gorilla looks like he's feeling very confident. I like that interview that he had after the last game, and it's rare that we've seen Gorilla since FIFA 17 say, like, I really like how I'm playing right now, so that is a good sign.
You like that swagger, Mike?
Absolutely, and as a long-term FIFA enthusiast, you kind of root for Gorilla. If you were through the era where Gorilla just dominated, I want to see it again. I want to see him in finals. I want to see him hoisting trophies. I want that back and forth. He's good for the community. He's one of the biggest personalities, one of the best players, influenced so many that have came after him. So let's bring it on back.
If you feel that way, do the chat feel that way? Use the Twitch extension. This was the vote coming through on who they felt would take this one.
Yep.
Massively in favor of Gorilla. 82%, 642 votes in favor of Gorilla. So let's see if he can get the job done. This is the next match. They're ready to go behind us here on the main stage, as are our casters in the booth. Richard Buckley looking dapper, as is Brandon Smith. Folks, take it away.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. We can't wait to jump into this game. As we said, it will be over to the Xbox again to find out, of course, who will be moving on into our Championship Sunday. Will it be Gorilla or will it be Felipe? What an unbelievable story. Went 0-2 in the Swiss rounds. Had to win every single game, Rich. That's something that deserves a lot of credit. He was 0-2. On the verge of elimination, played 3 elimination matches, did the job and got through with a 3-2 Swiss record.
He's sort of been perfect since then, has Felipe. He had to be perfect as well. He was 0-2, and you look at the results that he's had since that matchup, it's been one-way traffic for Felipe, keeping arguably the on-fire player in Lenny to a 2-0 loss. A clean sheet for Lenny as we do get underway here. It's going to be Gorilla kicking from right to left. In the yellow strip, SPQR Felipe from left to right. Quarter-final action here from Paris.
2 legs of FIFA in front of us to try and find out who will book themselves a place in Bucharest for April FUT Champions Cup number 5. And it's a man that's certainly been on fine form at the moment. He actually took down Tex in the Swiss rounds, did Gorilla. Of course, a player we've seen quite a lot of this year. We did see him out in Atlanta, E-Club World Cup, teaming up with good friend and teammate at Team Neo in Stokes.
Lost in the quarterfinals, did Neo. He got a 0-0 draw against Maxi VIP. They drew the 2v2 game as well, 1 apiece, and then it was a Joxan victory over Stokes in the third and final decisive matchup in the Club World Cup. We're now at a solo tournament here for Gorilla. I think one of the things that I have noticed about Gorilla since joining Neo, having a regular coach behind him in Zach Moore, I think has helped him, because it was always sort of a different person behind him. He had APOC for quite a long time when he was with Team Unilad. He's had other pro players sort of coaching him, and now he's got that regular coach in Zach Moore. It's his job to coach Stokes and Gorilla, and I think we've seen an improvement in Gorilla's game.
Well, it's been a while, hasn't it, where he has seemed a little bit puzzled on the big stage, and where the game, of course, continually just updates, and as its patches, new metas emerge. And for a period of time, not just Gorilla, the likes of Mo Alba, we haven't seen him at the highest of levels for a while. Those players do struggle, the ones that have won E-World Cup trophies, big tournaments, got hundreds of thousands of followers. And when you go into events and you're not making out a Swiss sometimes, or you're not having a big run into Championship Sunday, and your fans are asking, what went wrong? It naturally is going to have a big impact on him. And as I said, this has looked like the best Gorilla we have seen in a very long time.
And Gorilla's one of the few pros as well that actually owns up. When he knows that he's played bad, he will say, I've played bad that game, I've got lucky. He very much, he's always evaluating his own performances. That could be through just attrition, so many events, also being so successful, FIFA 16 and previous, the Play Like a Legend trophies and dominating the scene, being the best player in the world at the time. FIFA 17, winning the big one, the FEWC. in the first year that it was really supported by EA Sports as well, with the huge increase in prize money, he knows what it takes to be at the best, and I think he's always critical of his own matchup and his own game for that reason.
As you said, it certainly felt like he was owed a World Championship back in 2017, winning it in London, $200,000 to his name after year upon year of just domination in the FIFA esports scene with the events that he was able to participate in. A few years down that line, though, he's now with Team Neo. And the man he's up against, SPQR Felipe. Bit of a dream story he's had so far in this tournament. He went 3-2 in Swiss. As we said, he was 0-2 at one point. His back was literally against the wall on 3 different occasions where he had to bounce back and pull out big wins. Came into the round of 16 today and beat Lenny, the man that everyone was hyping about, this young German player who beat the likes of the Sari and Tex in Swiss. He beat him 2-0, Richard, and earns himself a place currently in this quarterfinal.
Who will be the 3rd player on the Xbox bracket to claim one of the Global Series Masters spots? We've already got Mino and Desari. Will it be Felipe or will it be Gorilla taking that 3rd spot? The final matchup. Do not adjust your viewing for this evening. Resende against Tex. A little bit of revenge potentially for Tex after the Club World Cup defeat to the hands of the man in form, Resende. That is going to be an absolute cracker.
What a game it's going to be, Richard. It'll be a rematch, as you said, from the E-Club World Cup. Yes, it was only across one leg in Milan, but there will still be confidence that Resende will be feeling from that. They might not have won the tournament overall, but a fantastic first outing for 11s. Gareth Bale's brand new esports organisation. In his opening 40 minutes, Richard, Grilla has been ticking over the ball superbly well. Yet to see a chance on goal. Maybe that could change right now as Johan Cruyff picks up into R9, a little dink pass into the box. For a minute, I thought it would have been a bit of a stitch-up. He's always been a fan of Johan Cruyff, Gorilla.
Yeah, he really has. I think it's the skill moves. He's such a creative player, is Gorilla. Always been a flair-orientated player. But I think, again, that's one of the things that he's worked on with Zach Moore. It's at the right time now when he brings out the skill moves. He seems a lot more structured in his overall play.
First time that Felipe has been able to drive forward, and will he try and put any pressure on Gorilla's goal? It comes to nothing. If you don't know who SPQ are, they're a little bit of a talent factory when it comes to Brazilian FIFA players. Like Senator Bone has been on their books in the past.
Tor.
He went on to Ajax after a very strong FIFA 19. As you said, Richard, it's just very much a family of SPQR, isn't it?
It really is. Everyone comes across. The owners, the people high up at the club, they bring coaches. I think he actually brought his own family. I once saw...
I think it was Singapore, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little 4 or 5-year-old running around in an SPQR top. They even gave you an SPQR top in the first event last year in Bucharest, Brandon.
Did you not get yours?
I hope it's in the post. Never.
I mean, you did get one last year.
I did.
It's all right, mate, don't worry. We're half-time, 0-0 at this moment in time in our 3rd quarter-final game. You mentioned that man on your screen, Zach Moore. I believe he is rocking the shorts, as always.
Good lad.
Never change, Zach Moore, never change. He's actually got an interesting event in front of him. Brighton E-Premier League club playoff event.
Coming up on Wednesday. We'll be there.
In which he has a chance not to only just be a coach, but to back himself in the FIFA esports ecosystem with the Premier League. As we said, that will be the next event that will follow this one. Some virtual leagues in the pipeline. The Global Series points will be available.
Also plenty of nation qualifiers coming up as well, I'm sure, for the FIFA E-Nations Cup around the corner in Copenhagen.
That wasn't a nice tackle from Kylian Mbappe. Did go to ground, he's into the book as well. 39 yards out, this will be played short. This is Felipe. Trying to just get something going. Frankie de Jong and Hull, it will be his 2 CDMs that he'll enjoy using in this 4-2-3-1, as many players will happily use Thought for a second he would play out to Cristiano Ronaldo. Didn't seem to be the case.
We saw penalties, I should say, separating Gorilla and Razek earlier on today. Highest scoring player in the round of 16 was Tex, 6 goals to 3 against Kalen FIFA. And it was the only game that went to a penalty shootout in the round of 16 on the Xbox. That was between Razek and Gorilla.
I think it's the games that he's been able to win as well, Richard Gorilla. He's taken down Tex. Yes, it was Swiss, but it's still a massive win. You saw that game on the main stage yesterday. To beat a player like Nicholas Razek as well. Top 10 player on the Global Series rankings. Gorilla on the verge of trying to get into the top 10. He sits 14th at the moment after a few strong performances this year.
I'm sure after this event right here, he'll probably be in the top 10 if he does go on to win this game. Another increase in the Global Series ranking points for Gorilla.
Certainly more points on the board.
Felipe, a couple of switches there, just looking to bring Gorilla out of his shape. But he's standing strong.
Watch out for Cruyff. Van Dijk had to track that run. It's going to be Timothy Ronaldo still in possession for Felipe. R9 trying to make some sort of run as well. Keeper's off his line. There'll be moments. Van der Sar in goal. We know Gorilla's a huge Manchester United fan.
You saw Gorilla there. When he was defending, he had overload ball side switched on. As soon as he got the ball back, he switched it off. Some players will decide to turn it off and on like that, like a switch, whereas others, as soon as the game kicks off, overload ball side activated until the game concludes.
Just as that pause is cued by Felipe. Here we go. We can see that chance will change, I should say, for him now. It'll be Johan Cruyff straight off. This is Gorilla's point of view we are looking at as well. Messi comes on into that cam role in the 4-2-3-1. And Ronaldinho as well will join the field in left cam.
He was looking towards 95 headline and Neymar potentially as well, but he decided to go with Ronaldinho in the end. On the side of SPQR Felipe, it looks like maybe a change in the final four. We'll get confirmation as soon as the game does get back underway. A couple of changes coming on for him as well. Both players deciding to go with Hullet and Frankie de Jong as their partner CDMs.
I'm guessing it will be attacking changes.
Pele, yep, you saw him there.
One of those being Pele. Did see Mbappe subbed off.
Eusebio as well.
The key players in the game. Eusebio's introduced as well. He could be deadly around this final third. Could he show exactly what he's worth? No! Oh, of course he can! The super sub from Portugal.
Fair play, because that is a really, really good goal from Eusebio. We've got to see that goal again right there. Picked it up on the edge of the box, weaved in around 3 or 4 players. And then a finesse shot into the top corner. You saw Gorilla's reaction from it when it went in.
Just don't think he expected it to nestle into the back of the net. What a way to introduce yourself. As he said, literally just subbed on in the 70th minute. A drop of the shoulder, a few step overs onto that right foot. We know he's got a 5-star weak foot anyway if he wanted to go the other way. It doesn't matter for the man. The Brazilian does lead by a goal to 0. 15 minutes left. Little dink ball into Ronaldo. Oh!
And that free kick right there, that's something that he's been working on for a very long time. He took it quite quick, actually, because I was going to say, wait for this free kick from Gorilla. I first heard about it from Fully. I was doing an event with Fully a little while ago where he was sort of playing against members of the public. And if you beat Fully, you won a PS4. That was basically the event. And I got to watch him for about 7-8 hours in a row, just watching Fully just play FIFA again and again and again. And he said this free kick in that sort of area, Gorilla's been doing it at home. It's just a little dink into the box, but you take it quick enough where your opponent doesn't have time to pull Van Dijk and his other defenders into the right area. If you've got Ronaldo on the pitch, you'll always start sort of against a weaker defender. Stick it in there, header past the goalkeeper, And in that sort of area on the edge of the box, Gorilla is dangerous from free kicks, whether it's direct or a dink in.
He caught me off guard there completely. It was a little dink ball, as you said. Cristiano out of a glancing header. For a second, I thought there was an offside shout or something. It just didn't seem like it actually went into the back of the net.
Do you remember the free kick that Neo scored at the Club World Cup? A dink over the wall, and then the first time volley that Stoke scored? That's not luck right there. That's a lot of hard work and practice.
Clearly, practice at home has paid off. The big equaliser as well. The one thing that Gorilla certainly would have not wanted to do is go into the second leg trailing by a goal to 0. Spot not just in the semi-finals, but to earn a FUT Champions Masters spot in the Stage 5 FUT Champions Cup out in Bucharest in April. That is on the line, alongside a lot of prize money as well. Threaded through ball into Pele. Pele was fresh, so's Eusebio! Oh, he just headed it down to the ground!
Absolute 50p head from Eusebio at the back post. He had all the time in the world.
Anywhere but there. Hit on target at least. Even for a split second, I thought a volley could have been on. That's Semedo.
Could have taken a touch, maybe.
At the back post, they got away with that. Being the talking point throughout the tournament, Gorilla's choice. With 4 defenders, Tamori in there, Robertson, Virgil van Dijk. As you said, in at right back, Semedo.
I like Semedo. The headliner Semedo, really, really good right back. 4-star skills as well. Can go forward. He's ridiculously quick.
Ronaldinho, fresh off the bench from Gorilla. Got that flaring around the box, has to stand his ground. Oh, and the sub. Tip that one over, and Felipe will just volley out of the ground. Full time in leg 1. The score does remain at 1-1. It was 2 goals lay on into the second leg, or second half, I should say. And it did finish 1-1 heading into that second leg. Now, it looked like Gorilla was just off to get a drink, get himself set for the second match in the end. But it was a quick free kick, Richard. Just a lovely little piece of mastery from the training ground. Worked out perfectly for him.
Quick free kick into the box. You're going to see this goal right here. This is actually the goal that Eusebio scored. The build-up on the edge of the box, that's unbelievable, to be fair. The close control, the fake shot, the turn back inside, and then the finesse into the top corner from Felipe.
You question, how good some of those players are in the CDM roles. He got man of the match, Frankie de Jong, for Gorilla in that game. How influential he was involved. He got the assist to the goal, was key for him in that 4-2-3-1. You wonder what coach Zach Moore is thinking now, having a chance to look back at some of those match highlights, I'm sure.
Yeah, penny for his thoughts right now. Zach Moore. I do see a little bit of leg there. The shorts are on.
I mean, it was something that, if you don't know why we keep going on about, he just loves wearing a pair of shorts.
I actually once heard that Bullock...
So just a good luck charm.
Very good friends with him. Said he's never seen him without shorts on.
I have.
Did you get a picture?
Not at that time, no.
Didn't happen then.
If you want to be like that, yeah. Is it a good luck charm?
I think it's more a comfortable thing.
But it's freezing outside.
Maybe he's just really, really proud of his legs.
It's a question we have never asked. We've known Zach Moore for a very long time. On the other side of that, SPQR.
No shorts on.
No shorts. I mean, anyone else who's not wearing shorts around here. Gorilla's back in his seat, ready to jump into this second leg shortly. As we said, the worst thing that he could have done was leave the first leg trailing by a goal to 0. As we said, it was a little piece of magic from the training ground. Frankie de Jong, the dink ball into the path of Cristiano Ronaldo, just flicked it past the goalkeeper, and that was able to bring him straight back into this game. I'm sure his teammate as well, Tom Stokes, will be watching from home, supporting him. Teammate at Team Neo.
Massive personality as well in the community. There'll be a lot of people out there watching this game right now, urging on Gorilla.
They've wanted to see him back on the big stage for a long time. Could this event be that opportunity? We've always known he's remained amongst the best for a number of years. It's just different, isn't it, if you get a trophy to your name? Back underway for this second leg. Gorilla from left to right in possession early doors. It will be getting the first chance of the game as well. Johan Cruyff, drop of the shoulder, Elastico in there. Which way is he going to go? It really is a guessing game for Felipe at the moment. Frankie de Jong just sticks out a leg and does enough.
Some great left stick dribbling there inside the box as well. From Gorilla, keeping it really tight and concise to his body. With a player of Johan Cruyff's stature. You mentioned Zach Moore playing for Brighton coming up. Gorilla going up to South Yorkshire.
He is.
Trying to play for Sheffield United in the EPL.
Not for Manchester United this year. Instead, Sheffield United in the Premier League will be trying to represent his teammate Tom Stoke, already signed up to Burnley. Chance for Cruyff now. Can he drag back into that right foot finish? He can't. Because there will be Ruud Gullit standing in his way. Ten minutes gone. Chance to get into the final four. Heading into Championship Sunday tomorrow here in Paris. All square, 1-1 in this second leg. Frankie de Jong into Johan Cruyff. R9 had the idea. Virgil van Dijk once again proving his worth and his price tag.
You know that players like Gorilla, Tex are real household names when my mum and dad, my mum especially, don't watch a lot of FIFA esports, but she will ask me, is Gorilla playing this weekend?
You never told me she was a Gorilla fan.
Look, she likes the way he plays FIFA.
Surprised she wasn't in the crowd in 2017.
Don't like travelling.
Ah, that's why. They just can't break down the wall there. But back to your point, he's supported by a lot of people, Gorilla. The fan base he's been able to create, the amount of FIFA players he's been able to aspire to get on the sticks, to make some events, some players to win trophies. Even the likes of Tex, once upon a time, would have been watching.
Chance.
Mbappe! It's like he can hear us talking about him or something.
It all came from a mistake. He tried switching the play, did Felipe. He got caught out, did the Brazilian. Kylian Mbappe seizes on the opportunity and smashes Gorilla into the lead for the first time in this series.
Just can't give Gorilla a sniff anywhere around the goal because he's simply going to punish you. Especially not in a knockout game as well, with so much on the line. 20 minutes in, Gorilla does find the back of the net, and it came from that mistake. Switch of play from Felipe. He'll be thinking back now, the worst decision I ever made. With the first time in these legs that Gorilla has led. Felipe did get the first goal. Can he reply? Early doors. R9! Of course he can! The Brazilian getting himself back into this game, and it's literally seconds after the restart. Lovely bit of build-up play. R9, right place, right time, and the perfect finish as well.
Yeah, from the kickoff. Felipe firing back with R9. Whatever you can do, I can do better. Bellows Felipe across Paris. As he levels up this game, 2 apiece. And are we in for another penalty shootout for the 2017 World Champion?
As you said, 1-1 over the 2 legs against Nicolas Razek in the round of 16. Went to a penalty shootout in which he was able to hold his nerve from the spot. Felipe, though. 2-0 win in the round of 16 against ex-Lenny, the man that everyone was talking about yesterday. 16 years of age, this German that was taking out some of the big players with some of the biggest followings in competitive FIFA. Beat him 2-0 at the start of play, day 2 of the tournament. Back square at 2-2. You hope these goals going in will spice up this game a little bit more, and we'll start to see more attacking presence from both of these two. Lovely drop of the shoulder with the elastico from Johan Cruyff. And again,
the half a drag by into the elastico from Gorilla, looking to create the angle to then hit past the goalkeeper.
this is where he has to make the most of it. What a save, Van der Sar.
He grimaces because he knew he had time. He could have taken an extra touch.
Tomori, of all people, picking up on the edge of the box. I'm sure he just want to get rid of that, get it onto an attacker that we know can finish on the edge of the box. The passing lane was blocked into Frankie de Jong.
That's the future stars, Tomori in at centre-back. Very interesting pick-up there for Gorilla. Can do the job, though, extremely quick. Also, great composure, 90 composure.
I'm sure he's a player that will be used in the Premier League as well for him.
Yeah, with the addition of David Luiz as well now as a 91 rated CDM. You can maybe put David Luiz as a CDM with the Shapeshifters promo, and Tomori and Virgil van Dijk as your two CBs.
Tell you what, that's an unbelievable and, more importantly, ambitious ball forward into Mbappe. He's latched onto it, still in possession. That's Van Dijk pulled out of position completely as well. I don't know if it's actually going to gain him any space. Ronaldo ducking and diving. Doesn't come to anything. Last chance of the half. Looks like it will fall into the hands of the Brazilian.
We've seen how dangerous it can be as well, Felipe. On the edge of the box, that goal from Eusebio in the first leg. A real pace of great individual play, but another mistake trying to play out from the back from Felipe. Gives Gorilla the last chance of this half.
Robertson. Big threaded through ball down the line as Mbappe. Got enough in his locker to hold on to it, unfortunately not. Added time of 2 minutes is played. 2-2, the score on anchor at the moment. Still plenty of time left. And there goes the whistle for half time. Had 2 goals in the first 45 minutes. Other than that, nothing else to cheer about.
No. There's really not, as you see the players. Teams and formations on your screen right there. It's going to be a change, actually. He's looking at Johan Cruyff potentially coming off at such an early juncture in this match.
Just a little point as well, Richard, while we got a break in play. SPQR Felipe is the lowest ranked player that's came into this tournament. You know, I said it in the last game we commentated on. One tournament changes everything for your season. 296th he sits on the Xbox rankings of 116 points to his name. Wins this, Richard. 800 points more guaranteed.
Yeah, pretty much a playoff spot will be in the bag for Felipe, but you made it through to Championship Sunday. You've made it through to the final 4 on your console. You'll be thinking towards lifting the trophy here in Paris.
Oh, 9. Frankie de Jong picking up the pieces, hurl it from distance. It was very ambitious. Van der Sar was made to stretch and pull out a huge right hand to just tip that round the corner. Corner played short. Carlos Alberto, one of all people as well. The Brazilian fullback does enough just to lay into Robertson. But this is where a problem could be on the counter-attack. Gorilla's going to come forward with speed.
Plenty of men back, though. That's on the custom tactics. You put corners, you put free kicks. You notch it all the way down to the bottom, so you've sort of got a blanket to defend with.
Mbappe. Straight into Frankie de Jong, just that little fake shot inside. Proved to be a heavy touch. And an easy interception for the team of the year, Frankie de Jong. Back to Gorilla now. His chance. Wasted. Really is a guessing game.
Great pressing.
I know the fans at home are all over a Gorilla win. Coming into it, you understand why. Certainly a favourite.
And the transition, when he won the ball back in his favour, does win himself a throw-in deep in Felipe's half.
Cruyff. to Mbappe. There's two attacking players on this left-hand side. I want to just delay it slightly so they can get back into the box. Oh, no, I love little swivel turn. Great pass as well. Cruyff, Mbappe. Good interchange. This is where the tempo will start to pick up from Gorilla. A little bit of a stitch-up pass. Tomori picks up the danger. No need to panic in the end. Switch that ball. Keep the tempo going. There's no one on the right-hand side at the moment. That means that possession will have to be dominated on the left. And eventually, possession is intercepted. Long ball forward. Robertson picking up the pieces. Otherwise, Mbappe could have been through.
None of those passes there seemed convincing. The one backwards was sort of just give it back, and then he played it infield as well, and nothing seemed to have a purpose. See if he can get a bit of rhythm to his play in the final third, in the last third of this game.
Hullet into Cruyff. Patient play from Gorilla. Chance for Frankie de Jong. It's brave that he's actually taken the shot of him, but I like to see that more from players.
Yeah, I mean, team leader Frankie de Jong can do everything. He can shoot in that area. He can finish it.
Watch out here.
Ronaldo pulled to the near post.
You can see he's being controlled. He's making that arcing run. Ronaldo's there. Ronaldo's in the air, unfortunately, for Gorilla. Possession changes hands quite easily. Well played as well from Felipe. Very composed in that area.
He managed to find his way out of a plastic bag there. Did Felipe. Didn't look to be an exit.
Cruyff. Oh no, I love a little fake shot. Ball roll. Where's he going to go? A drag back. Sure, that's a guaranteed finish, and it will be. A counter-attack of dreams from being so composed down one end defending. No reaction at all from the Brazilian. He knows this is a long way from being over. But Richard, talk to me. That was absolutely beautiful in and around the box.
It was really good attacking. Not taking anything away from that. But defensively, that were a little bit suspect. He dove into the tackle on the edge of the box, did Gorilla. I think he panicked a little bit on the edge of his own box. You saw the goalkeeper movement as well. That's, you know, when you're moving your goalkeeper, that is last ditch. That is the last hope. You move the goalkeeper. A little bit unfortunate with the block on the line. I think it was Van Dijk didn't manage to get onto it.
Yeah, he tried to get a leg on it, but wasn't enough.
The half drag back inside the box and then the exit straight forward. A real nice piece of individual skill from Felipe. But as you said, a quick counter-attack, one end to the other in 6 seconds. Right there from Felipe, and then the changes come in.
This is where things could look dangerous as well. It's Pele and Eusebio that are introduced for Felipe. 20 minutes left. Gorilla is trailing by a goal. The 2017 world champion has it all to do here in Paris now. Can he continue this run? Whoever wins this also qualifies themselves for the next FUT Champions Cup. You have to remember that.
Auto invite to Bucharest for FUT Cup 5.
With that late goal from R9, begged to be the difference. Just never write off Gorilla. It's something you've always learned from watching him for all these years.
He's always got a comeback in him. He's always got a late surge.
Well played from the goal kick as well. Ronaldinho, fresh off the bench, going to find himself on this left-hand side. He's got a trick or two and fantastic close control dribbling in his locker.
Let's look at the way that he moves with the ball.
Doesn't leave his feet, does it? Frankie de Jong.
Piece of Velcro.
Semedo very far forward as well. The fullback expecting to be always overlapping, but there will be gaps that will appear.
Got a little bit stitched up with the pass, to be honest. Didn't think that ball should have been turned over, but look at the high press.
Ronaldinho, of all people, back in. Fullback to help him out. Ronaldinho out to Cristiano Ronaldo now. Needs to get this ball into the box. Lovely drop of the shoulder. Where's he going to go? Into R9. Virgil van Dijk just about steps in the way to clear that one. Into the final 10 minutes now. We don't know which way this game is going to go at the moment. Felipe is hanging in it by a goal. 3 goals to 2. He does currently lead. Gorilla has other ideas, or Felipe, can he put this game to bed? Ball all the way across, Semedo does enough. Van der Sar with a very weak clearance, finds his way back to R9, on the edge of the box, oh, it's off the post!
And breathe.
I had to.
Never had someone breathe out of it before. Gorilla still has a chance in this game. Felipe just capitalising on the mistakes at the back. Right there.
Naturally, with Gorilla pressing as he is, there will be gaps that will naturally appear. That chance though, Richard, R9 with the left foot finesse. Hit the base of the post. 4 minutes left. Gorilla's done many remarkable things on this FIFA esports stage, wherever he's played at. He's always got one more trick up his sleeve that not everyone expects out of him. R9.
Corner.
Wins a corner.
Last kick of the game. He's already scored from a set piece in this series.
Minute left plus added time. Andy Robertson to take it. And
goalkeeper not even been moved
now. Played short, Messi into Cristiano Ronaldo, just a fake shot on the ball already. Lovely little drag back. Robertson goes across goal. Cristiano Ronaldo's back there to get rid of it. This is Felipe's to throw away. What a dream story this continues to be. He came into this tournament the lowest ranked player, 296th. He does sit unless Gorilla has one more chance. Added time of 2 minutes. He's offside, it's game over. Felipe. He says GG, he says fair play. Felipe, what a remarkable story this continues to be. Not just into the semi-finals, but into the next foot Champions Cups. We might as well even say playoffs, Richard.
The South American stories this year. Spider-Con fulfills her. Felipe Abdi, Diogo, there's so many different names. Gabriel, all these South American players just seem to be performing at individual tournaments throughout the year. And this time, it's Felipe with a big victory, 3-2 against Gorilla. He's not slayed the dragon, he's slayed the Gorilla, has Felipe.
Yeah, he certainly has, Richard, across the 2 legs. It was an unpredictable game of FIFA. We had no idea which way it was honestly going to go. At one point, we thought we were going to extra time. R9 late on as well, nearly doubled the lead for Felipe. And in the end, Gorilla, we thought he was having a fantastic tournament. He certainly did have a fantastic tournament. But Felipe is getting better and better throughout this competition. Took Lenny out, the one that everyone was hyping about, this 16-year-old German player in the round of 16. And in the quarterfinals, takes out a player that currently sits 14th in the Global Series rankings. I mean, that's 282 spots difference between the two right now.
And I hear you ask, who's he going to play in the semi-finals? Who could he get? Resende or Tex? Doesn't get much harder than this in a route to the final for Felipe, but massive congratulations. 3-2. He capitalised on the mistakes. He scored a really, really good individual goal with Eusebio in the first leg. And he knocks out former world champion Gorilla. I mean, get much bigger than that.
I'd honestly say for a period of time, when the game changed, when patches came in, we lost a lot of Brazilians that were playing really well. You know, for Filza, for Champions Cup 1, late last year, FIFA 20, literally out for a month or two. But they're adapted. They're used to this new meta. They're used to how the game is being played at the moment. And at the moment, Felipe is into a semi-final.
An SPQR. We often talk about esports teams and organisations. The amount of players that they have had in top 4 finishes over the last 18 months is genuinely remarkable for that team. Congratulations, you've got another star in the making, Felipe into the top 4.
Yeah, amazing stuff. If you're a Brazilian player out there, they're doing a fantastic job of just pulling through South American talent. Amazing stuff to see. Of course, that concludes their game. Felipe moves through, of course, to the semi-finals. We're going to catch up with Gillian with an interview.
Felipe, you have had to win 5 straight to get to this moment, and then you knock down a guy like Gorilla. How are you feeling?
Então, foi muito difícil para mim, porque eu vim de 0-2, estava lá para baixo, mas o mais importante foi eu ter mantido a minha cabeça boa para depois de ter começado com 2 derrotas, conseguir reverter e conseguir disputar a semifinal amanhã.
And his coach, Andre?
He said it's difficult to be 0-2, and after that he kind of a good comeback and beat Gorilla. It's amazing, and he had a good head to conquist this thing.
Now, also something amazing is you have come in here the lowest ranked player, and now you've not only punched your ticket to tomorrow's semifinal, but also to stage 5 in Bucharest. How have you done it? I'll ask you how. You understand.
Então, é muito difícil, mas nesse mundo do FIFA tem muitas pessoas que não são conhecidas, mas que são muito boas. E eu vim aqui para mostrar que o Brasil está muito bem representado, não importa a idade, a característica da pessoa. Todo mundo que chega aqui sai bem e o Brasil tem que ser respeitado. E eu estou muito feliz pelo meu feito de hoje. Ganhar do Gorila, um adversário extremamente que já está lá em cima, contra eu que estou aqui embaixo, e eu estou muito feliz por conseguir.
To nobody who knows who
Who he is.
And be here in the semifinal is unbelievable, and beat Gorilla is amazing. And he said everybody needs to respect the Brazilians because can be 16 years and in any year, man, can beat everyone.
And you mentioned having respect for the Brazilians. Do you have a message for the people back home in Brazil who are watching you?
Eu só queria agradecer por todo mundo do Brasil que está torcendo por mim. Recebi diversas mensagens, foi muito difícil chegar até aqui e pode ter certeza que mesmo começando mal, dei meu máximo para conseguir reverter e amanhã seguimos firmes para semifinais. Let's go, Brazil!
Obrigado. Is that right? Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, so much more coming up from Stage 4 in Paris. You'll see him and many guys tomorrow, but there's much more action, so stay locked right here.